Hello everyone, welcome to Adda 24/7 classes. Today we are going to discuss macroeconomic basic concepts second part. In our previous classes we discussed the concepts, also the first part of macroeconomics, the basics about consumption, expenditure, household, NPI, such everything discussed in our previous lectures. So today I'm going to cover the remaining part. That is the second part, which includes inputs, outputs, depreciation, etc. These concepts are important and relevant for our preparation as these topics are mentioned in our NCERT textbook. What are mentioned in our NCERT or SCERT, whether it is SCERT or NCERT, that doesn't matter, it is important. What are mentioned in the school textbooks, these are important for our examination, our exam preparation. So, let's get started. Before I moving on to the lecture, I introduce you Adda 24/7 app. This is our app. So, I advise you all to download this app. So you may ask me why or what are the features available when you have download this app. See, for every examination you need study materials. It is available in this app, and also current affairs is important. Sometimes you find it difficult to read the newspaper, so here current affairs is also available, and also magazines, or you need to practice, you need to test your skills or how much the quality you have, how much knowledge you have. If you want to test your knowledge, skill, then you have daily quiz, or as well as subject wise quizzes also available. Subject wise quizzes also available. Then job alerts, you will get notification alerts regarding the jobs which are now called by, whether it is by UPSC or PSC, SSC, it's everything available. Then notes, articles, videos, power capsules, everything available. Then suppose you are new to Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. So you can subscribe it now. What are the advantages of subscribing it to Adda 24/7 Malayalam channel? See, you will get live notification regarding almost all the classes, and also regarding the examination, job alerts, how to apply for the examination, last date, any age relaxation, salary, everything discussed in detail. So please do subscribe. So we are now touching our concept, that is macroeconomics, basic concepts of macroeconomics. So in the last class we discussed this household and all. So now today our topic is this input. And our first topic, not today's topic, but our first topic for today, it is input and output. This is an NCERT topic, input and output. So what is this input and output? What is this input and output? Input and output means what? Input and output. See, one of the important concepts in economics, that is inputs and outputs, one of the most important topics in our economics preparation. See, inputs, these are considered resources. Resources means what are available in our environment which can be used to satisfy human needs or wants. So inputs are what? Resources. Why these resources are used? These resources are used to create goods and services. These are used to create goods and services. So inputs are what? Resources. Why do we need resources? To create, to produce goods and services. Rice is a good. Milk, egg, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, these are goods. Hospital, school, police station, these are part of services. In order to create these goods and services, we need certain resources. In economics, the resources which are used to create goods and services are called inputs. For example, from crude oil, we are getting petrol. Here, crude oil is an input. It is a resource, it is an input. Or it is also called a raw materials that we will deliberate later. Raw material. So, the labor means what? The work's time. The work is time. Because I am a labor and what I am providing you? Class. That means I am giving my time, my valuable time. If I am not taking this class, I can read a book, go to a library or go to a bookshop and buy a book, or open the Amazon and buy a new book, and I can read or write. I can study whatever activities I'm able to do, I can do that. But now I spend my time for what? To take this class to teach you. So the input includes the labor. That means workers' time, the fuel, material, building, equipment, car, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, whatever. These all are inputs in economics. Then output. If it is input, then what about output? Output refers to the quantity. Output refers to the quantity. Yes. Inputs on other side, it refers to what? On the flip side, input, output. Input refers to quantity, output refers to resources. This output refers to the quantity, and input refers to resources. So this output is quantity of goods and services produced. How much goods and services you produce means how much output you produced. In order to produce output, we need input. Petrol is an output. It is an example for output. But crude oil is not an output, it is an input, and with that crude oil, we produce petrol, kerosene, diesel, etc. Petroleum and its byproducts. So, output refers to what? Quantity. So, this is one of the important topics in economics, and in examination, these are simple topics, definitely they will ask. Output refers to what? Quantity of goods and services. It is produced in a specific time. So, input refers to goods and services. On the other side, output refers to quantity. So, you can take this example, labor and also capital both needed, machine and also human effort needed to produce inputs. So these are considered inputs, not to produce inputs, sorry, these are inputs. And this is the production process. Finally, what happened? Output. That is the finished product. Output refers to what? The finished product. Output is a finished product. So remember this concept. So take this example, you can clearly understand it. These are inputs, and with these inputs, they start the production process, and this is a production process. For production process, they need human beings or human effort, mental effort, as well as they need machines. Then because of the process, these are the outputs. This is input and this is output. Input is converted into output. Then another important concept also in NCERT, that is fixed asset. Fixed asset. What do you mean by fixed asset? It is given in NCERT, fixed asset. As a name indicates, something is fixed. Asset means what? Asset means something which provide as in return. Something is providing as income. These are generally considered as asset. What do you mean by fixed asset? Fixed means something is fixed and regularly getting income from that. It is fixed and we are continuously or consistently getting income from that, or something in return that benefit us. For example, for a bank, take the example of a bank. For a bank, loans are their assets, but deposits are their liability because they need to pay it back to the person who deposit the money. However, loans are assets of a bank. Why loans are considered assets? Because loans provide the banks with regular interest. Yes, banks provide them with regular interest. So loans are considered assets. Likewise, for the business also, there are certain fixed assets. It is fixed. It is what? It is fixed. So long-term tangible assets that can be seen, that can be touched, that is tangible. Long-term as well as tangible assets, these are considered fixed assets. What are the keywords? Long-term and tangible. Long-term and tangible. These are considered fixed assets. That means long-lasting financial benefit for a producer, for a firm. What? The assets it provides or helps in providing what? Long-lasting financial benefit for a firm. Firm means what? A firm is a place where goods and services are produced. It is providing long-lasting financial benefit for a firm. These are considered fixed assets. What? Fixed assets. So that means the holding period. There is a holding period for fixed asset that is usually considered more than 1 year. Then only it is considered fixed asset. If a particular thing considered an asset, it providing income but changing daily is not, or monthly, not considered fixed. The holding period for a particular thing to be, or an asset which is providing income, a regular income, to be considered a fixed asset, the holding period is more than 1 year or minimum 1 year. So remember, what are the examples of fixed interest? Land is a fixed, not interest, fixed asset. Land is a fixed asset. Yes, land is fixed. Buildings, facilities, machinery, furniture, equipment, vehicles, computer, mobile phone, or landline, these are fixed asset for a business. Because these are generating income. So vehicle, building, these are some of the examples. Hardware, license, land, furniture, these all are examples. From here we are moving on to our other area, inventory. Another important NCERT concept. Inventory. Inventory means what? Inventory. Inventory, it refers to actual raw materials. These are raw materials, raw materials. Inputs are resources and inputs are also called raw materials. Inventories are also considered raw materials because they are used in the production of goods and services. For example, raw materials, these are inventory or inputs, or finished goods ready for sale. Finished goods not sold but ready for sale. Ready for sale. If the finished goods are ready for sale, then it's an inventory. Or the work is in process or in progress, or the production process is continuing, the production process is going on, then it is an inventory. Simple. Yes, but not finished product. Then moving on to our another topic, raw materials. Raw materials. In economics, these terms like input, output, raw material, inventory, these are very, very important, relevant topics in economics. Very relevant in economics. Why it is very relevant? Because first it's in NCERT and also in SCERT, but it is an important major area in studying national income. National income is one of the important topics for our preparation. So raw materials means what? Raw materials. Raw materials, these are resources, these are input. See, unprocessed material, unprocessed or unrefined What are the keywords? Unprocessed, 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 or unrefined natural resources. That is not processed, not refined. If a particular thing is processed, then we will use it. For example, crude oil. We are not using crude oil in our two-wheeler or four-wheeler, whatever. In our vehicles, we are not using the crude oil. Instead, we are using petrol or diesel. Why? Because crude oil in its original form is not processed. It is unprocessed or unrefined. And unrefined and unprocessed material or resource cannot be used in anywhere. That means the crude oil cannot be used in our vehicle. Instead, we process the crude oil. We refine it. When it is refined or processed, it changes its shape from crude oil to petrol, from crude oil to diesel, and we are using petrol and diesel for our vehicles. Take another example, cotton. How many of you wear cotton dress? No, I will never wear. That means how many of you, how many of you use cotton? No. I never use cotton in my life. Instead, I use cotton dress. So what is the difference between cotton and cotton dress? Cotton is taken from a particular plant. It is a raw material, unprocessed, unrefined. And this cotton is converted into cotton dress through multiple processes like dyeing or yarning. Then also the tailor is stitching that cloth, that particular thing, and convert it into a particular dress. So we are using not cotton but cotton dress. And we all are using cotton dress, not cotton. So cotton is considered unprocessed or unrefined. Crude oil, coal. These another example, coal, or that rubber or rubber blanks or wood. We are not using wood to sit or sleep. Instead, we convert that wood into chair, table, and bed. Then we use it. Wood is unprocessed. Wood is unrefined. Wood is a raw material. Wood is input. So this raw material, through processing or transformation, it is converted into finished goods. These raw materials or unprocessed materials or unrefined natural resources, these are processed or these are transformed. It is undergoing a process of a production process, that is a transformation process, undergoing a process. Through this process, they are producing finished goods. So crude oil is an example for raw material. Crude oil is an example for input. Crude oil is unprocessed material. Crude oil is unrefined natural resource, and this crude oil is converted into finished goods as petrol or diesel. Then we are using it, or through the production process or through the production process, converting or the conversion or through the production process, this crude oil is converted into petrol or diesel, or this unrefined natural resource, that is crude oil, it is transformed into finished good, that is petrol or diesel. So take this example. We need steel. For steel, first we need metal ore. And metal ore is used to make steel, and fabric is used to make clothing. Flour is used to bake. So flour to make baked goods. First we need flour. Yes, flour. From that flour we bake goods. Then steel is used. Steel is from the metal ore, and this steel is used to make cars. So these are examples. Cocoa beans plus sugar plus milk, that is equals chocolate bar. And cocoa beans unprocessed, unrefined. sugar unprocessed, unrefined, milk unprocessed or unrefined, whatever term. These are considered raw materials or inputs. When these merge together, when these are processed or when these are undergoing a transformation process, then it is easily converted into a chocolate bar, and chocolate bar is a final product, and we are using the chocolate bar, not cocoa beans or sugar or milk. If we are in need of or we want to have a chocolate bar, we will never eat cocoa bar plus sugar or milk. Instead, we go to the market and buy chocolate bar, and chocolate bar is available in the market is output. What is this? Output. Output or finished product. So chocolate bar, it's an output or a finished product. So raw materials are of a different types. For example, direct raw material. Direct raw material means what? Direct raw material. Say direct raw material means those which are directly used in the manufacturing process or the production process. Directly used. For example, wood. Wood is converted into chair. Directly, wood to chair, wood to table, wood to bed, directly converting. What? Directly converting, directly converting. So, raw materials which are directly used in the manufacturing process or the production process. Directly, wood to chair. These are called direct raw material. So, that means this raw material, it can be two. Then another, indirect raw material. Indirect means what? They are used in the manufacturing process. They are used in the production process. But indirectly, it do not go into the finished product. It do not go into the, or it do not make a finished product. Going into make a finished product. It is not going. For example, gloves. It is used while making a product. It is an input. Or tape or other cleaning equipments or Fevicol or gum. These are also used in the production process, but they are not going into the finished product. So they are used directly, not indirectly. When a wood is converted into, or when a producer is getting wood or producer got an wood, then definitely he or she will convert it into chair. But in the case of indirect raw materials, the gloves is used to making a chair, then a consumer will never get the gloves which are used to produce chair. We only get the chair from the market, not the gloves along with that. The question is why? Why? Because raw materials are unprocessed and unfinished, and these are indirect raw material. These gloves are used for what? For production, to facilitate the production, to make the production easy. So they are not part of the final product, but instead used comprehensively. That is long-term asset. See, take this example, the glue is there, pen, pencil is there, box. These are part of the production. These are needed, but we are not using the box. For example, when we are getting something from Amazon, we unbox and we take the product out of that box. Only we use that particular product, not the box. So these are indirect raw material. They are not going to be part of the product. Next is savings. It's a small topic. Is it important topic? This is not an important topic. But in order to understand the concepts which we will discuss later, we need to have a basic idea about this concept. So savings means what? Savings, it is considered part of income. It is not used for consumption. Savings is part of income and not used for consumption. Savings is part of income. For example, if a person is getting 1,000 rupees as salary, he saves 200 rupees in the bank. Out of this 1,000 rupees, he puts every month 200 rupees in a bank. And this 200 rupees out of this 1,000 income, he is separating from his original income, is considered savings. Simple. So, the part of income that is not used for consumption, that means if the 200 rupees he kept it as savings in a bank, then that means he will not use it as, he will not use it for consumption. Now what is remaining? It is 800. He will use only this 800 for consumption. It will be kept as savings in bank or in his own hand, whatever way. So savings are referred to as part of income that is not used for consumption. It is an act of keeping aside money that is required for later use. It is an act of keeping aside. It is an act of keeping aside money that is required for later use. So that is, in simple, money that is not spent but saved for future use. Money not spent but saved for, not spent but saved for future use, not spent. So this is savings. Then investment, another relevant topic, investment. What is an investment? Investment means what? See, investment means what? Investment is that purchase of goods. Purchase of goods and we are not using it today. The purchase of goods and we are not using it today. Instead, we use it for the future for generate wealth. That means that are used to produce goods and services. That are used to produce goods and services. For example, machinery. It is an example for what? It is an example for investment. In a business, machinery is needed. Yes, in every business, machinery is needed, and this machinery is considered an investment. The buildings in every business, whether it is small or large, small scale or large scale, micro, medium, whatever, they need buildings. Roads are necessary. Roads are considered investment. Railway is considered an investment because this facilitates production process. It will increase, it has the capacity to increase national income. It will increase productivity of a country. Also vehicles. These are also savings. Investment. That means not used today but used for future. So remember, next concept, one of the last concepts in NCERT, that is stock and flow. After this we have depreciation. There is stock and flow. What do you mean by stock and flow? Stock and flow. See, look at this faucet, this tap. Water is flowing out of this faucet. And this glass is collecting this water. Glass is collecting this water. So this flow, it is a continuous process. This flow out of this faucet is a continuous process. Flow is considered something continuously happening. But stock is a storage. Something is kept. It is part of the storage. So in economics, this stock refers to, here it is stock. When this faucet or the tap is closed, then this is stored here. This is stored here. Considered stock. It is stored in this glass. It is considered stock. Stock in economics, it refers to what? Entire amounts of products, asset, debt, whatever related to everything. For example, that is indicated by a particular date. For example, April 1, 2020, March 1, 2020, Jan 1, 2024. There is a certain period of time. Stock means particular period of time. For example, water in this glass. Water in this glass for a particular period. For example, water stored for Jan 1 to Jan 20. So, by Jan 20, how much it includes? Or how much it can bear, the capacity it can bear, capacity it can keep. Stock, it can be measured at a certain period, So, what the amount available? What amount available? Stock. That is amount of item, how much available? Because it is stored. See, here water is stored in this glass. It is already there. It is kept inside this glass. So, the amount of item or commodity. That means goods available in a warehouse or in a godown on a specific date. And some can add or reduce the quantity. Then what about flow? Flow means something is continuing, it is going on, or maybe consistently going on. Flow, it refers to transportation. Transportation area, that is products, cash from one area to another. Flow means it is a continuing. When a faucet is open or a tap is open, the water flows out of the tap or the faucet, then it is continuing. It is considered a process, ongoing. Flow is considered a process. So, flow, that means we account the flow. It is, for example, particular period. For example, how much goods and services produced during 2020 and 2024. It refers to a long period, a period of 4 years. How much you produce for 2020 to 2024. It is considered a flow. A long year's time it is given. So, how much you produce? It's a continuous process. So, savings are stock. Savings are what? Stock. Savings means something you put out of your income in a bank for future purpose. Savings are already with the bank. It is considered stock. Then investment is a flow. Because you have invested on business. For example, you purchased a machinery for your business, and that machinery will continuously provide you with goods and services. Continuously provide you with goods and services. So, investment is considered a flow. Investment is considered a flow. Income is a flow. If I am getting income this month, then the next month also I will get income. So, it is a continuous process. What about wealth? Wealth is a stock. For example, out of my income, I purchase mobile phone. It is a stock. I am not daily purchasing mobile phone. If I am daily purchasing mobile phone with my income, then it is a flow. But I have one phone, I use it for long years. It is stock. So, savings is a stock, investment is a flow, income is a flow. So, remember these concepts also, the difference it is given here, and you will get a clarity about everything that is on stock and flow. So, with this stock and flow, I am ending today's class. So, tomorrow we will also come with another topic that is based on NCERT. So, thank you for watching. We can see you on next class.